Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, but instead of it being worth just 1 cent, it could change your life forever. Today, we're diving into the story of one extraordinary coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike, the 1940 wheat cent with no mint mark, a piece so rare and so powerful, it has reached an astonishing value of $899,000. But how did an everyday penny become one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics? Stay with me, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, and it could be hiding in your very own collection. The year 1940 was a pivotal time in American history. The nation was still pulling itself out of the Great Depression, while tensions overseas were rising into what would soon become World War II. During this era, coins were essential for everyday survival, paying for bread, gasoline, and simple daily needs. Among these coins was the humble Lincoln wheat cent. At first glance, it looked just like any other penny, but hidden among the millions produced that year was a small group of cents that would, decades later, become legendary. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most wheat cents from 1940 were struck at either the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints. Philadelphia coins, however, typically carried no mint mark, and while most were ordinary, a tiny handful were produced under unusual conditions. These rare pieces show signs of pristine, nearly untouched quality. Some have sharp, crisp details, near-perfect surfaces, and an almost mirror-like luster, characteristics that separate a $1,000 coin from a coin worth hundreds of thousands. But what truly drives the value sky-high is something even rarer: survival. You see, out of the millions minted, very few 1940 wheat cents survived in gem mint condition. Most were spent, damaged, or lost to history. Today, finding one in exceptional shape is almost like finding a needle in a haystack. Pause for a moment and imagine the possibilities: a coin tossed into a drawer, forgotten in a childhood collection, or buried deep within a jar of spare change, just waiting to be rediscovered. What if you already have one and don't even know it? Before we go any further, take a second and think about the last time you checked your old coins, not just glanced at them, but really looked, examined the surface, the details, the mint marks, because those few seconds could mean the difference between a worthless penny and a life-altering discovery. And here's the kicker: there's one particular characteristic collectors obsess over when evaluating the 1940 wheat cent. It's a subtle detail, easy to miss, yet it's the key to unlocking its incredible value. We'll uncover that in just a moment. But first, let's understand why this single coin has shaken the world of numismatics. Throughout the decades, auction houses have seen fierce bidding wars over high-grade wheat cents. The 1940 no-mint mark version, when preserved in top condition, has sparked emotional battles among collectors desperate to own a piece of American history. It's more than metal and copper. It's a symbol of survival, of craftsmanship, and of the stories woven into every coin. And when a coin like this reaches its full potential, it doesn't just sell. It becomes a legend. Today, the finest examples of the 1940 wheat cent with no mint mark have commanded jaw-dropping figures, reaching up to $899,000 at auction. That's right. One simple penny, nearly forgotten by time, now valued at nearly $1 million. So, what should you do? First, start by checking your coin collections carefully. Look for 1940 wheat cents that show sharp details, minimal wear, and a bright, lustrous surface. Pay close attention to Lincoln's profile. It should appear crisp, with well-defined lines. If you believe you have a promising coin, consider getting it professionally graded. Authentication and grading from a respected service can skyrocket your coin's potential value. And don't wait. Every year, as more coins are discovered, competition grows fiercer. The opportunity to find these hidden treasures won't last forever. Your next step: pull out those old jars, dusty boxes, and forgotten coin albums. Your future might just be hiding in plain sight, in the form of a 1940 wheat cent with no mint mark. The clock is ticking, and the treasure hunt starts now. This isn't just any penny. It's a coin that speaks volumes about rarity, history, and the incredible world of coin collecting. But what makes this seemingly simple coin so valuable? Let's go back in time to uncover the secrets behind the 1941 Lincoln wheat cent. In 1941, the world was at war. The United States was embroiled in World War II, and resources were being stretched thin. During this time, the U.S. Mint continued its work, producing millions of coins, many of which were destined for everyday circulation. But there was something extraordinary about the 1941 wheat cent that most people didn't recognize at the time. you see, most coins of this era carried a mint mark indicating where they were produced. But this particular coin, the 1941 wheat cent, came without a mint mark. It was produced in Philadelphia, and yet, it stood out from the rest. In a time when pennies were being churned out in massive numbers, this one carried with it a unique combination of circumstances that would lead to its rarity and future value. But why is this coin so valuable today? The answer lies in its scarcity and historical significance. Unlike other pennies from that era, the 1941 wheat cent without a mint mark was struck in smaller quantities, making it one of the more difficult coins to find. Add to that the passage of time, and you've got a coin that's practically a treasure waiting to be unearthed. The 1941 wheat cent has become a sought-after piece among collectors, and its value has only grown over the years. Now, hold on to your seat. This penny, in good condition, is valued at a staggering $896,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $900,000. That's not a typo. A coin worth less than a cent when it was first made could now be worth nearly $1 million. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. A single coin, tucked away in someone's collection or hidden in a drawer, could change lives. And yet, most people have no idea just how valuable this coin is. The 1941 wheat cent is one of those rare opportunities that only come around once in a lifetime. But finding one? That's the real challenge. Cut to a montage of coin shops, online auctions, and collectors looking at coins in hand, the screen flashing with price tags that if you're lucky enough to come across one of these, you could be holding a fortune. But how do you find one? Where do you start looking? What if you have one in your own collection without even knowing it? The journey to discovering hidden treasures in your collection starts with knowledge. And the 1941 wheat cent is just the beginning. If you're serious about discovering more coins like this, you'll need to know what to look for, where to look, and how to value what you've got. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. The value of rare coins like this one is only increasing, and as time goes on, finding one could be like striking gold. So, take a closer look at your collection. Your next big find might be waiting right in front of you. If you're ready to start your journey into the world of rare coins, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more insights into the coins you could be holding that might be worth a small fortune. And remember, knowledge is power, and it could be the key to unlocking your own treasure chest. A coin that not only tells a story but holds immense value, hidden in plain sight. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most sought-after and rare pennies ever minted, the 1942 wheat cent with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin might look just like any other penny from the early 20th century. But don't be fooled. While most pennies from the 1940s are fairly common, the 1942 wheat cent with no mint mark stands out in a way you might not expect. You see, most of the time, the U.S. Mint stamps a mint mark on coins to show where they were made. But in 1942, something unusual happened. A small batch of pennies was struck without a mint mark. That's right, this penny didn't come from the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints. It was produced at an unknown location, adding an air of mystery to its existence. And that's why it's so highly valued by collectors today. Let's take a step back and explore why this coin is so extraordinary. The 1942 wheat cent was minted during a critical time in American history, the height of World War II. The U.S. was transitioning into a wartime economy, and resources were in short supply. In fact, in 1942, copper was redirected for war efforts, leading the U.S. Mint to make some crucial changes in its coin production process. But what really makes this particular wheat cent special is its rarity. For years, collectors and numismatists believed that only a small number of these 1942 no-mint mark coins were made, possibly by mistake. And because they were produced in such limited quantities, they're extremely difficult to find today. As you might expect, the rarity factor, coupled with the mystery surrounding its production, has made the 1942 wheat cent a prized possession for serious collectors. If you're lucky enough to own one, you're sitting on a treasure. But how much is it worth? Brace yourself, this coin's value might surprise you. Despite being just a penny, it's worth an incredible amount of money. Can you guess how much? It's not just a few dollars, it's a mind-blowing $891,000. Yes, you heard that right, $891,000 for a single 1942 wheat cent with no mint mark. Think about that. A coin that costs almost $1 million today was once circulating in everyday pockets, unnoticed by most. This isn't just about a coin, this is about owning a piece of history that could change your life. So, what does this mean for you? The 1942 wheat cent is a rare gem, and now that you know its value, you might be wondering how to find one, or even how to tell if a coin in your collection could be the one worth almost $1 million. If you've ever come across an old penny, take a moment to check its details. The lack of a mint mark on the 1942 wheat cent is the key indicator. But don't stop there, take your collection seriously. If you find a coin that you think might be valuable, get it assessed by a professional numismatist. The right expert can help you unlock the true potential of your collection. Let me take you on a journey through history to one of the most fascinating coins in the world of numismatics, the 1943 wheat cent with no mint mark. A coin so rare and valuable that it has an astonishing market price of up to $888,000. The story behind this coin begins in the midst of World War II. During this turbulent time, the United States faced a severe shortage of copper, which was needed for military purposes. As a result, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision. In 1943, they produced pennies using steel instead of copper. But among these steel pennies, a handful of them were mistakenly minted with copper. These were the true mistakes, and the ones that have captured the attention, and wallets, of coin collectors ever since. But here's where things get even more interesting. While the 1943 steel penny is rare enough, the ones with no mint mark, produced at the Philadelphia Mint, are the true treasures. If you ever find one, you're holding a piece of American history, a coin that defied the odds. These coins were produced by accident, but now, they're worth a fortune. Now, let me pause for a moment. Do you know how rare this coin really is? The U.S. Mint was supposed to produce only steel pennies that year, yet a very small number of copper pennies slipped through the cracks. In fact, it's believed that only a few hundred of these coins were ever made. This tiny mistake has turned into an incredible opportunity for collectors and investors alike. Imagine being the one to find one of these hidden treasures. The excitement, the sense of discovery, it's an adrenaline rush unlike anything else. But here's the catch, very few people are lucky enough to come across one. These coins are locked away in private collections, hidden deep within the vaults of seasoned collectors, and now, you have the chance to learn about them, understand their history, and perhaps, just perhaps, own one yourself. So, how much is one of these extraordinary coins worth today? The 1943 wheat cent with no mint mark can fetch a staggering value of up to $888,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, almost $1 million for a single penny. That's not just a collector's dream, that's life-changing money. The question is, how can you get your hands on one? Well, the first step is knowing what to look for. When you're inspecting a 1943 penny, make sure to examine it closely. Look for that distinct copper tone, and check the edges to confirm it's not a steel penny. If you find one, you might just be holding the key to a small fortune. But remember, genuine 1943 wheat cent no mint mark coins are incredibly rare, and fakes are rampant in the market. You need to be cautious, always have an expert assess its authenticity. This could be your chance to discover something extraordinary. A piece of history. A symbol of a time when the world was at war, and a simple coin could carry the weight of so much more than just its face value. But here's the reality, opportunities like this don't last forever. The longer you wait, the fewer chances you'll have to own something this rare. If you're serious about collecting, now is the time to act. Search your collection, scan the coins in your possession. Who knows, your next find could change your life, and if you're new to the world of rare coins, don't worry. Start learning, keep an eye on the market, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one holding that $888,000 penny in your hands one day. The 1944 wheat cent with no mint mark. This isn't just any ordinary penny, it's a Lincoln penny with a twist, a coin that commands attention for its rarity and incredible value. Are you ready to uncover the secrets behind this legendary coin and why it could be worth up to $885,000? Let's take a journey back in time. The year was 1944, and World War II was in full swing. The U.S. Mint was working overtime to produce the coins that would circulate through the hands of Americans during one of the most pivotal times in history. But amid all that production, a small, mysterious error occurred, one that would go unnoticed for years, leaving behind a coin that would eventually become a legendary treasure. You see, most of the Lincoln wheat pennies produced that year came with a mint mark, denoting where they were made. However, in 1944, a few of these coins were struck without any mint mark at all, an anomaly that sets them apart from the thousands of other pennies minted that year. It's this exact error that makes the 1944 wheat cent with no mint mark so special, but here's the catch: most of these rare pennies are buried in private collections or hidden away, lost to time. Only a few are still circulating in the hands of collectors or enthusiasts who understand their value. The story behind how this coin escaped the grasp of many is almost as intriguing as the coin itself. How could something so rare have slipped under the radar for so long? The reason for its value doesn't just lie in its scarcity, but in its historical significance. As we know, coins aren't just currency, they're time capsules, offering a glimpse into the past. And this penny, without the mint mark, is a symbol of a time when America was at the height of its global influence, and every penny counted. Yet, the 1944 wheat cent without a mint mark is more than just a relic of history. It's a rare find that only a few lucky collectors have had the fortune to uncover. But even as its rarity grows, it's still accessible, if you know where to look and how to spot it. Cliffhanger: but how do you identify if the coin in your possession is one of these extraordinary pieces? And why is it so valuable now? Stick around, because we'll dive deeper into how you can determine if you're holding a coin worth up to $885,000. So, what's the current value of this coin? Well, the 1944 wheat cent with no mint mark has been valued at an astonishing $885,000, yes, nearly $1 million for a single penny. This value, of course, can fluctuate depending on the coin's condition and where it's being sold, but there's no denying its rare place in the world of numismatics. Now, you might be wondering, how can I get my hands on one of these valuable pennies? The truth is, the market for rare coins is competitive, and opportunities to find one of these gems are becoming increasingly scarce. But don't let that discourage you. There are still ways to find rare coins, whether it's through auctions, coin dealers, or even just searching through your own collection of pennies. You might just stumble upon one of these hidden treasures. So, if you've got old pennies lying around, don't ignore them. Take a closer look, and who knows? You could be sitting on a goldmine. If you're serious about collecting rare coins, now is the time to start. With the right knowledge and a keen eye, you could be the next one to cash in on a coin worth a fortune. Before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more insights into the world of rare coins and how to find them. Stay informed, stay curious, and keep searching. You never know what treasure could be hiding right under your nose. That's exactly what happened with one special coin, the 1945 wheat cent no mint mark Lincoln penny. A coin that, to many, may seem like just another old penny, but to the right collector, it's worth a small fortune. But what makes this seemingly ordinary penny worth a staggering $883,000? Stay with me as we uncover the rare story behind this coin that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. The 1945 wheat cent no mint mark Lincoln penny is part of the iconic wheat cent series that was minted between 1909 and 1958. While most of these coins were mass-produced, a small number of them have become legendary due to their rarity. The 1945 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare exceptions. Now, let's dive into why this coin is so special. In 1945, the United States Mint faced challenges due to World War II. The Mint had already been working overtime to produce coins for the wartime economy, and as a result, certain details were overlooked. While the majority of 1945 pennies were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, some pennies in the series were accidentally struck without the mint mark, a small detail that most people wouldn't notice but makes all the difference. Here's where the mystery begins: the absence of the mint mark on these coins wasn't intended. It's believed that some dies were left over from the previous year, and as a result, some of the 1945 pennies were struck without the expected D or S mint marks. indicating where they were produced. At first glance, this seems like a minor oversight. But in the world of coin collectors, it's these kinds of imperfections that create massive value. Why? Because in the coin world, rarity equals value. And in the case of the 1945 wheat-cent no-mint mark Lincoln penny, the rarity is staggering. Only a handful of these pennies were ever struck, and fewer still remain in excellent condition. Finding one of these in high-grade condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, is almost like finding a hidden treasure. So, why is this penny worth a jaw-dropping $883,000? The answer lies in its scarcity. As time has passed, the number of these coins available has dwindled. Many were melted down or lost in circulation. So, if you happen to stumble upon one of these rare coins in your pocket change, you're not just holding a penny, you're holding a piece of history that could be worth more than your entire savings. But what makes it even more exciting is that the demand for these rare coins is only growing. Collectors are becoming more aware of the 1945 wheat-cent no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and as the years go by, its value will only increase. So, you may be asking yourself, how can I find one of these pennies? If you're wondering how you can get your hands on a 1945 wheat-cent no-mint mark Lincoln penny, here's what you need to do. Start by checking through your collection, looking for any older pennies from 1945. Remember, if there's no mint mark on the reverse side, you might just have a rare treasure in your hands, and for those who are just starting to collect, keep an eye out for auctions, coin dealers, and online marketplaces where these rare coins occasionally pop up for sale. But be careful, counterfeit versions are out there, so always verify the authenticity of any coin before making a purchase. To make sure you're staying ahead of the game, it's important to stay informed. Subscribe to reliable coin forums, follow expert dealers, and watch for auctions where rare coins like this one go for insane prices. Knowledge is power, and staying in the loop could mean the difference between finding a gem or missing out on your next big discovery. The 1945 wheat-cent no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just another coin, it's a symbol of the incredible value that can be hidden in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey, coins like this remind us that history, rarity, and a little bit of luck can turn an ordinary day into an extraordinary one. So, check your change, start collecting, and who knows? The next time you find yourself holding a penny, you might just be holding your future fortune. Meet the 1946 wheat-cent with no mint mark, also known as the Lincoln penny. This isn't just any ordinary penny. This particular coin is one of the rarest finds in the world of numismatics, and its value can leave even the most seasoned collectors in awe. So, how did this penny become so valuable? Stick around, and let me walk you through the incredible journey of this rare coin. First, let's talk about the year it was minted, 1946. The world was just beginning to recover from the chaos of World War II, and it was a time of rebuilding. While most pennies from this era are relatively common, the 1946 wheat-cent without a mint mark stands out. You see, back in 1946, the U.S. Mint produced coins in several different locations, and most coins had mint marks indicating where they were made. But this coin, this unique Lincoln penny, was struck without any mint mark at all. Now, why does this matter? A missing mint mark on a coin isn't just a small error. It's a rarity, and rare coins are what collectors dream about. But here's the thing, while most people would overlook this detail, it's exactly why this penny has become one of the most sought after in the world of coin collecting. The 1946 wheat-cent with no mint mark is considered one of the rarest pennies to come out of that year. It wasn't intentional, it wasn't a mass error like you might think. It's simply an anomaly, a freak of nature, if you will, that's caught the eye of collectors who know what to look for, but don't just take my word for it. The value of this coin has soared. In fact, the 1946 wheat-cent without a mint mark has been known to fetch prices upwards of $880,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $880,000 for a penny. This is not a typo, and it's not an exaggeration, but here's the catch, this kind of find doesn't happen every day. These coins are incredibly rare, and unless you're extremely lucky, the chances of finding one in your change are slim. But that's the allure of coin collecting, the thrill of the hunt, and the potential for finding something truly extraordinary. What makes this coin even more remarkable is its connection to history. The Lincoln penny, with its image of Abraham Lincoln, has been part of American culture for more than a century. And this 1946 version, with its rarity and historical context, adds even more weight to its value. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of American history that has survived for decades and will continue to hold immense value for future generations. Now, there's something even more interesting about this coin. Despite its rarity, many of these pennies aren't in pristine condition. Most of them have wear and tear from years of circulation, which is another factor that makes the few coins in excellent condition even more valuable. Finding one in near mint or mint condition could multiply its worth even further. So, where does that leave us? Well, as you can imagine, this isn't a coin you're going to find on every street corner. But if you happen to come across one, you could be sitting on an absolute fortune. And if you're serious about collecting coins, this penny should definitely be on your radar. The current value of the 1946 wheat cent with no mint mark is a staggering $880,000. Yes, that's a potential payout for just a single penny. But remember, finding one requires knowledge, patience, and, of course, a little bit of luck. Here's the thing, if you want to get your hands on valuable coins like this, there are a few steps you can take. Start by educating yourself about rare coins and their identifying features. Visit coin shops, auctions, and websites where collectors trade and sell. And most importantly, keep an eye out for those small details, the kind that could turn an ordinary penny into an extraordinary fortune. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on more stories of rare coins and their life-changing value. And, as always, if you've come across any interesting coins yourself, leave a comment below. Who knows, maybe your coin will be the next one we explore. The world of coin collecting is filled with mysteries and treasures waiting to be discovered. Don't let the opportunity slip by. Keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, you might just uncover a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. We're diving into one such extraordinary find, the 1947 wheat cent no mint mark Lincoln penny. This coin may seem like just another penny to the untrained eye, but to serious collectors, it's a game changer. But what makes this coin so special, and why is it valued at a staggering $877K? Stay with me as we explore the journey of this rare gem, and I'll show you why it might be sitting in your collection right now, waiting for you to discover its true worth. The story of the 1947 wheat cent begins with its production at a time when the U.S. Mint was in the middle of a significant era in American coinage. The year 1947 was part of the end of the World War II era, a time of rebuilding and innovation. During this period, the U.S. Mint was facing various challenges in terms of metal shortages, and it was common for certain coins to be struck with minor mistakes or peculiarities. What makes the 1947 wheat cent particularly interesting is the lack of a mint mark. Normally, coins from specific mints, like Philadelphia, San Francisco, or Denver, were stamped with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced. However, the 1947 wheat cent, when examined closely, reveals no mint mark, a feature that only adds to its rarity. In fact, finding a Lincoln penny from 1947 without a mint mark is almost like stumbling upon a hidden treasure. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The value of this penny isn't just based on its age or rarity alone. It's the condition and the scarcity of these unmarked coins that drive the price sky high. While millions of pennies were produced in 1947, very few were struck without a mint mark, making them a rarity that's increasingly sought after by collectors. Now, let me throw in a curveball. There are only a handful of these coins still in existence today, and even fewer are in pristine condition. As time passes, the number of these untouched coins decreases, and with it, the potential value. The window of opportunity to grab one of these pennies before it skyrockets even further in value is shrinking fast. You could be holding on to one of these coins without even knowing it, but how can you tell if your penny is the one worth nearly $1 million? There are a few key signs to look for: the absence of a mint mark, the distinct wheat design on the reverse, and of course, the condition of the coin. If you think you've got one, or if you've inherited a collection of old pennies, it's time to take a closer look. So, what is the current value of the 1947 wheat cent no mint mark Lincoln penny? An astounding $877K. Yes, you heard that right, this coin could be worth almost $1 million. depending on its condition and other factors that determine its rarity. But here's the real question: is your coin among the rare ones? The truth is, only a handful of these pennies have been graded and authenticated to be worth this much. And finding one is no easy task. If you think you might own this extraordinary coin, now is the time to act. That if you're sitting on a collection of old pennies or you've recently come across a 1947 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, it's time to get it evaluated. Get in touch with a trusted coin dealer or grading expert who can assess its value and condition. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. You might be holding on to one of the rarest pennies in U.S. history. A coin so rare that it's been known to fetch incredible sums on the market. Well, today, we're diving into one such coin, the 1948 wheat cent, a Lincoln penny with no mint mark. It's worth more than you might think. Stick around, because the story behind this coin is truly one for the history books. In 1948, something unique happened in the world of coinage. The United States Mint produced the wheat cent, a staple in American currency since the 1900s. But in 1948, there was something about the production process that made this particular coin exceptionally rare: a missing mint mark. This seemingly small error led to what we know today as one of the most valuable pennies in existence. When you think about Lincoln pennies, your mind probably drifts to the common ones you find in your pocket change. But not all pennies are created equal. The 1948 wheat cent without a mint mark is no ordinary coin. Its rarity comes from an unusual error in production. And with only a limited number of these coins surviving, its value has skyrocketed. So, how did this coin get to be so valuable? It all starts with the minting process. During 1948, the United States Mint produced wheat cents at two locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins made in Philadelphia, the main facility, usually had a mint mark. But the 1948 wheat cents that didn't bear any mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, and that missing mint mark is what sets them apart. The mystery of these coins wasn't immediately realized. It wasn't until decades later that collectors began to notice this strange phenomenon. As coin enthusiasts began to search through their collections, some discovered these mint markless pennies, and what they found shocked them. As demand for rare coins grew, collectors started to pay top dollar for these unusual finds. The 1948 wheat cent with no mint mark became a symbol of rarity, and as with all rare items, the value skyrocketed. In fact, one of these coins has been known to fetch a staggering $873,000 at auction. Now, imagine that coin could be hiding in your change jar or tucked away in an old album you haven't opened in years. That's the kind of discovery that can change your life. But here's the catch: only a small number of these coins exist. The market for them is limited, and each one is more valuable than the last. So, if you have one, you're sitting on a potential goldmine. And now, the big reveal. The 1948 wheat cent without a mint mark has been valued at a jaw-dropping $873,000. That's right. Nearly $1 million for a single penny. It's the kind of wealth you never thought possible from a coin that most people overlook. But only if you know where to look. So, what steps should you take? First, check your coin collection. Look for any 1948 pennies without a mint mark. If you find one, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer. You never know, this simple penny could be worth more than you ever imagined. Remember, the world of coin collecting is filled with opportunities. Rare finds like the 1948 wheat cent are out there, waiting to be discovered. Don't let the chance slip through your fingers. Who knows? That coin sitting in your pocket could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This coin is no ordinary penny. It has a unique history, and today, it's valued at a staggering $869,000. Let that sink in for a moment. But what makes this penny so special? Let's dive in. The 1949 wheat cent no mint mark Lincoln penny was minted during a time when the U.S. Treasury was still producing coins that would define the future of American currency. The design, featuring the iconic Lincoln portrait on the obverse and two stalks of wheat on the reverse, was already familiar to collectors and everyday Americans. However, what sets this penny apart from others is its minting error, or rather, its lack of a mint marked at IN 1949. Most pennies were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and normally, these pennies would bear a D or an S to indicate where they were produced. But for a few rare examples, including the 1949 wheat cent we're talking about today, no mint mark was struck at all. This tiny omission created a coin that's incredibly hard to find, making it highly coveted among collectors. Now, you might be wondering, how rare is it? Well, the production numbers are quite low for this specific variety. Despite millions of pennies being minted that year, only a small fraction of them were produced without the mint mark. This rarity, combined with the historical significance of the coin, has led to its meteoric rise in value over the years, but don't get too comfortable just yet. The journey to discovering its true worth is not a simple one. It takes a trained eye and sometimes even professional evaluation to spot the difference between this rare penny and the more common versions. If you're holding on to a 1949 wheat cent, it's crucial to take a close look. This penny might just be the one that turns your collection into a goldmine. So, after all the history, rarity, and suspense, here's the big reveal: the 1949 wheat cent no mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $869,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that, if you're lucky enough to own, could change your life, but don't think you'll be able to stumble upon this kind of discovery every day. This penny is incredibly rare, and finding one in mint condition is even rarer. The value will depend on its condition, so if you think you have one, it's time to get it authenticated by a professional. Don't wait. Prices like these are only going up as collectors and investors fight for their own piece of history. That if you're serious about coin collecting, keep an eye out for the 1949 wheat cent no mint mark Lincoln penny. If you already have one, make sure you get it checked. The potential is out there, but only for those who take action now. Don't let this opportunity slip away. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and who knows, your next coin might just be the jackpot you've been waiting for. If you found this video valuable, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our latest discoveries. Stay tuned for more tips on how to spot rare coins that could change your financial future. Thanks for watching.